It's like 9 in the morning right now, but I feel like I have to record this now before I actually forget this. But, yesterday I was made aware of something that should never have happened in the first place. But, to those of you who watch ItsVRX, there was a recent video where one of the people, namely Squidward, was outed as being a bad person. Well, I am Squid's sister, and I wanted to talk about this because I feel like I have to some way, just to like clear the air and stuff. I'm not condoning his actions. I never will. But I just wanted to talk about it, so. This has happened before. I'm not sure how bad it was back then, but the first time it happened, it was just, he was just talking to minors and being weird, but not like extremely inappropriate. But he was still inappropriate by using those inappropriate avatars. But I'm not exactly sure what all he was doing, so don't, I don't know. I'm not sure how bad it was back then. But, yeah. First time it happened, our parents took away his phone and his VR headset. So, yeah, that part was true. Yeah, he did have his phone and headset taken away because of that. And my mom thought maybe if he didn't have those things, he'd learn. And, well, this wouldn't be made if he did learn. That's not the case, unfortunately. Well, the situation itself is out of my hands because I'm not the authority. I'm not an authority figure of the house. Not like a real one. I only really have charge whenever our parents are out of town. So. Yeah, they took away his headset and his phone again, but anyway. So, I've watched both of VRX's videos that contain Squid. But I didn't think it would be. I didn't know it was this bad until I had that conversation with VRX and a few other people. Sorry, I don't remember all of your names. I'm not really good with memory, but... To whoever told him to bring me into the chat with you guys, thank you. I really appreciate that. You wanted to at least try to stop this. But I'm not sure how much he'll change. Because if it's happened once, and it's happened again, worse. I'm not sure if it'll happen again or not. So, I'm sorry. I showed our parents the video from the second video from VRX, the one where he was confessing to a lot of the things. Not really confessing, more like being confronted. But yeah, I only really got through a quarter of his part, but our parents weren't too happy about it, about what he was doing. Our dad said he'd kick Squid out if this continued, which wouldn't surprise me if he did. But, well, both if Squid did this again and if our dad would kick him out, because unfortunately Squid has anger issues, and he's incredibly disrespectful whenever he doesn't get his way. But I didn't realize it was that bad whenever I was online. Because normally at home, he'd just get angry and then threaten to off himself, which I have heard a few times in that video. Yeah, it's unfortunate. But we don't know what else to do because we don't know if he's ever going to change this behavior of his. But we all fully understand that there's a possibility that jail time is on the table if he really doesn't change. But my mom doesn't want to send him to jail. After we talked with our parents, our mom was thinking of sending him somewhere where he could get his medications and medications for his anger and his ADHD. Not his anger, but his ADHD and his heart condition and everything else. But I was thinking of sending him somewhere where he could get his medications and where he wouldn't be able to access electronics and he'd be taught what not to do or something. We're not sure. But that's what our mom is thinking about. Me, personally, I don't know what to say. Because he's never outwardly violent at home. And hearing what he's been saying in both the first and second videos, it kind of scares me. And I've never had a reason to be scared of him, or any of my other family members in the first place. Until now, apparently. But, yeah. But, I left in the middle of our conversation with our parents because I felt like I was going to cry. But the last thing I heard my mom say before I went upstairs was, "Do you feel powerful that your sister is afraid of you?" Or something similar like that. And the answer that I heard was yes, right before I closed my door. I don't know what to feel about this, about everything, basically. I do have regrets of my own regarding this. One of them being I was the one that introduced him to VRChat, or not VRChat, VRChat, sorry. I was the one that introduced him to VRChat in the first place because I don't have anyone else to play with on here. As someone who's incredibly antisocial, offline at least, I don't really have many friends. And the friends that I do have online are very few and far between. And I'm sorry I've probably ghosted you all. So my friends who are subscribers. Or rather, to my friends that are watching this. But what do you do when someone you've lived with, someone who's your actual family, both by bond and by blood, suddenly turns out to be a really bad person? Because the person that I knew him as before any of this even happened was that he was just an awkward kid who had an occasional fit. But now that he's gotten himself entangled with the wrong people online, a part of me feels like I'm responsible for giving him the medium to meet these people, and to the so-called family who adopted him in a way on VRChat, to the people who did, and to the people who defended him during this time. I want to say, shame on you. Coming from someone who has lived with him for so long and now sees my brother as nothing but a monster because of what you've done to him. Shame on all of you. I hope you all get banned off of VRChat. And I do not care if you call yourselves the police.
I do not care if you call yourselves as whatever. I don't care. You can come after me as much as you want. But you are messing with my actual family, and that's not funny. I don't care what he is to you, but this is my brother that you have tainted. My actual brother. And I don't know if any of you will actually watch this. I do not care if you think this is me just venting or whatever. But to the people who defended him, and to the people who roped him into this kind of thing, I don't wish harm on any of you. Not physical, not mental. But I hope you all get actual help. And I hope you will stop this increasingly bad behavior, because you've roped a kid who already had issues of his own into your mess that should never have happened in the first place. Because I have never once thought he could do something like this. Not to this extreme. I've never heard him say something so violent. And I never hope I have to ever again. But I am afraid he will, because he shows no signs of changing. To ItsVRX, I thank you for bringing this to my attention and for doing what you do. Because I never would have known otherwise. And I don't watch videos of VRChat. I don't. I'm not someone who watches videos of VRChat or anything like that. I never would have known this was happening until yesterday, which is when we had that conversation, both with our parents and with VRX. So I'm sorry for everything that's happened over the past who knows how long. I know my apology won't change anything, but I just wanted to get it out there, as well as this video. Because I don't know what's going to happen after this. But if there's any questions anyone has, feel free to leave them in the comments and I'll do whatever I can to answer. It can be about this or about anything else, really. But I won't be answering anything that's like extremely personal for safety reasons, of course. I guess the main thing is I don't know if I'll actually ever upload a video ever again after this. it's just heartbreaking to know that these kinds of people are online and can drag you into their activities that aren't appropriate for any occasion. And it's heartbreaking that my brother got dragged into it. I'm gonna end this here. I've set my piece. So. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Bye.